Sibos 2018 took a very close look at the big issues in banking and where the future is taking this age-old industry. Open banking was viewed as an exciting, if a bit daunting, opportunity. The term bionic bank was even bandied about, half human, half technology, as the way forward.
Good morning. We are opening up Sibos with open banking.
I think many banks in Europe has been dragged into open banking and retail side kicking and screaming. Let's just be a little honest.
The key role, I would say, mission for banks is to explain to the single individual customers what will happen with his own data and so on, and what are the implications of the new regulation.
Yes, it might be driven by our customers and clients so far, but fundamentally, we are up against a tectonic shift in business models and expectations.
Re-engineering the world of payments was a hot topic throughout the week.
The gig economy will continue to drive the higher volume, lower value type payments, and so we'll see the smaller transaction size. I think the business clients will continue to mimic the consumer clients.
70% of our transactions are actually started on a mobile device. So we're really bridging the physical and the digital.
Short answer is move from payments as a product to payments as a service.
Honestly, we are bringing, the unbanked population to the system. So we provide the financial inclusive services to the customers. So, if you look at, the markets we set up our local wallets business, we always look at the unbanked, population, the percentage. So today we actually have 9 wallets, and most recently we invested in bKash in Bangladesh and EasyPasa in Pakistan. So the second is actually, when we grow the local business, we always, work with the local partners.
The opportunities and threats presented by new technologies was a recurring theme.
Open APIs, they are the next frontier in the digital revolution.
From that sort of experience and that need now, the consumer, that's migrating into the corporate world, and people are saying, well, look, the technology is obviously there because I can buy a pizza, I can see where my pizza is. Why can't I see where my $10 million payment is? If the virtual ledger works and third parties come in and data gets aggregated and data gets analyzed, that transparency will fuel innovation, but it will also help, I think, towards things like fee transparency. We've already seen the benefits on the timing transparency just from the GPI product. So I don't think it solves everything, but I think it takes us in the right direction.
I think there is going to be a war for talent, definitely, and I think companies need to invest. So we have programs where we're sort of encouraging the next generation of developers.
Much of the debate centred on the challenge posed by disruptors.
But I think there's an even greater advantage from starting from scratch. When you can actually say, well, which bits do we not need? And how about we just don't do those bits? It just means that we can become extremely focused.
But the overarching Sibos conference theme was how to stay relevant and competitive.
Banks are not really necessary, but banking in the end is. As banks, we've been used to be more or less center stage, where in reality, if you see, let's say, we're not more than an enabler for doing business or shopping or living.
Trend that basically people are banking with more than one bank, and they're very willing to take their services from multiple sources, and it's very difficult to see that trend changing. And so the idea that one bank will serve one person and deliver them all their services, it's just not going to happen in the future.
You have to be where the action is. So if there's let's say, a platform that is dealing with housing issues, we want to be there.
We talk here about the bionic bank. For those of you old enough to remember the $6 million man, the best of humankind and the best of technology blended together. That's essentially what I think banking will be of the future. And all we're saying is that the technology piece at the moment is growing in importance.
I think it's a fantastic opportunity for firms to think about how to set themselves up for the future. And that starts with understanding the customer. It starts with making the right technology investments that enable you to do that, things like data and analytics. and machine learning that will be able to create agility in their companies that creates that culture of innovation so that they're not just ready for tomorrow's new thing, but the future's new thing. They can move faster.
Banks are still relevant. There is a place. We still facilitate commerce, right? But we will not facilitate it in the way we used to do it 10 years ago. If 10 years from now, it will be completely different from what we do today. And we need to participate in those initiatives with you, and we need everybody's support and help to actually shape the future.